What's up, guys? Welcome to Blue Presents podcast where I discuss all things music and how it affects my life. And today we're going to be talking about 5 modern wrestling themes that I think pretty much just kick ass, man. I'm going to explain to you why I think they're awesome, why they also relate really well to their characters, and just pure listenability and lyrics and other things, because some of them don't have lyrics, some of them do have lyrics, so we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, we're going to start with my jams of the week, and this week I've got 3 songs for you. The first one's from a band called No Home, and the song is called Nothing Gold Can Stay. Really emotional, in-depth song. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the song is about addiction, and it's a really like kick-ass song. If you haven't seen the music video, you should really check it out. Sorry. But it's a really kick-ass song, and I think it's like something up someone's alley who just needs something to get through the week this week, man. Next song I got is from a band called Acres. Now they're from the UK. This is a little different, man. This is kind of like a blend of dark pop music with like post-hardcore music. And I think it's a really well done. Another band that has another great video. And once again, it's like emotional lyrics that really connect with me and resonated with me. These two bands definitely hit home for me, for real. And then last one is a pop punk band called Rival Town. And the song's called Hide. Another emotional song, but it's really well done, really well put together. So check it out. Those are my 3 jams of the week, man, that I can't stop listening to. All right, guys, so we're here to talk about my top 5 modern wrestling themes. And really right off the bat, 2 things. One, apologize, I'm a little under the weather. And the second thing is these songs are in no particular order. I just think they're 5 songs that are really super badass. And I think everybody, either you should check them out, or if you haven't already heard them before, which I'm pretty sure some of you have probably heard some of these songs, but I just think they're awesome songs that really kick ass and speak to the characters they're playing. So right off the bat, we're going to start off with my number 1. I'm going to start off with Seth Rollins, and the song is called The Second Coming, the Burn It Down version, obviously. First of all, this song sounds like this is like a metalcore song. This could be like a Killswitch Engage song for all I know, or something that somebody heard, Killswitch do and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to rip that off or whatever. To be honest with you, it always makes me feel like super amped when I hear it. I like Seth Rollins as a character. Obviously he's had kind of a tumultuous summer this past year, with things like him and, Bray Wyatt and Bray Wyatt's new character, and how a lot of people are getting really behind what Bray Wyatt's doing right now with The Fiend. So, I don't know. I still like it. And the other thing too is I think it works well for him, even though, he can be a babyface or he could be a heel. I think the song fits him both ways. So it's a really awesome song. So my first one is Seth Rollins, The Second Coming, the Burn It Down edition. My next wrestling theme is Cody Rhodes. Now this song I really love for a lot of reasons. One, it's super hype. It's a really good rock song. It's by the band Down Straight, and the song is called Kingdom. And to be honest with you, I think they did a really good job at kind of conveying to you in lyrics who Cody Rhodes is, what his legacy is, just in every aspect of the song, even using some things from his father, Dusty Rhodes. I think one of the lines in the song is, my father told me that hard times make a better man, which, is just something that Dusty Rhodes is really well known for. And I think it fits Cody Rhodes' character. Now, originally, when I first heard this song, he was kind of like healing it up a bit in like New Japan and stuff like that, which is really cool. But now he's kind of like he's like a really good baby face, and this song fits him more. Now, I don't know if he was ever to decide to go back to being a heel, if this song would really fit him anymore, because the song there's actually a lot of positivity about it. But like I said, it speaks to who Cody Rhodes is as a character. He started his own wrestling company with the Khan family and stuff like that. So I think it's like a really good song to explain that, he came from somewhere and he's building something that some people probably don't recognize is quite a huge deal, in the fact that now WWE has competition. Now, if anybody can't tell, I'm a super huge wrestling fan, and I could go probably on and on about other off details, but we're going to stick to the list. We're going to stick to the songs I'm talking about. And that being said, my third song is I apologize. Marty Scroll's One True Villain, and it's by a group I'm not too familiar with. It's called the Hot Tag Media. And I've seen they've done songs for Tenille Dashwood as well as Pete Dunne before he was in NXT. This song, and Marty Scurll as a character as well, I'm a huge fan of. For the simple fact is that, you know, he's doing things that are probably not what you would call like modern wrestling. You know, his finishing move is like an old school wrestling move. It's a submission. And he screams it every time he hits it. But the song fits him because it's just, it just would remind me of like what a Bond villain or a Bond movie would have for music. It's very rock techno heavy bass drops. And then the sound that he makes, which is this whoop whoop sound, which is a big deal for a lot of people. A lot of, you know, especially because the crowd gets behind it and they love this, the song when it comes on and it hits. But yeah, no, I really think it fits Marty's character. He's dark, he's warped, he has just this demeanor that, like, you know, he's a seriously bad dude, especially when he comes out with the trench coat and the umbrella and usually the mask on, which is like one of those old school medical masks that they used to use, and everything's covered in black, everything's covered in studs or feathers or whatever. And I really think it's like really, really cool. So like I said, Marty Scurll, One True Villain, that's my third one. Now we're going to get to my fourth one. And I'm not going to lie, you know, like I said, once again, these are songs that just I hear all the time, and it's like, man, that's such a badass song. And this is one of those other ones that, one, is done by a band I actually know, and two, also fits this character for being a dark, brooding character, and it's Aleister Black's Root of All Evil, and it's by the band Incendiary. Sorry, let me say that better. I think the lyrics just fit the character. They speak of trusting no one, and they speak of someone who's willing to do what other people won't do to handle evil men, which is just amazing. Couple that with his entrance and how he enters the arena, just kind of rising up like a vampire, if you will, you know, Interview with the Vampire style. When he was at NXT, the smoke, the candles, the darkness, even some of like the pieces that he wears, like the vest that he wears, you know, like one time was like really dragon themed. Recently he had one that was kind of skull, as well as another one that just looked kind of like dead wood, which is like really fucking cool. To see this guy, he's covered in tats, the lip piercing, and just everything about what Aleister Black does. But the song kind of brings that together. It just kind of brings that whole feeling of like you're about to witness some dark shit, and it's going to get really, really interesting. So yeah, number 4, Aleister Black, Root of All Evil by Incendiary. Definitely, I love that band, you know, hardcore roots, just awesome. So my last one is a little interesting, but I think it fits this person's character, and the artist who wrote this song about this wrestler just kind of went through his history, and the song is called Battle Cry, and it's Kenny Omega's theme song, and it's performed by a YouTube artist. I don't know, a lot of people don't know, Little V. And Little V is awesome. He has like a few songs that I really, really enjoy, and they're based around like Resident Evil theme songs. Like he has the Save Room theme, and he just kind of turned it into like this metalcore, like scary, genty kind of thing that like really kicks ass. But for Kenny Omega, and I don't know how they know each other. You know, I know Kenny Omega has like some really huge ties to like YouTube and the video game community and stuff like that. So I'm sure that's probably one of those things, but, and them being Canadian probably also helps as well too. But this song, like, just clearly, he wrote this about his career. He wrote this about him being the best, one of the best wrestlers right now. You know what I'm saying? He has like a few 5-star and then 6-star, 7-star matches, you know, with, Okada and stuff like that. And the other thing too is I think this really captures Kenny Omega's kind of like rock and roll approach to wrestling. He has this like do or die, like he's going to do something whether or not people agree with it. And a lot of people have actually, like old school wrestlers, have kind of bashed what he does as a wrestler, but also at the same time, you know, he's really just kind of brought something to wrestling that a lot of people weren't expecting. And I think this song also fits that. You know, it's like a rock techno opera kind of deal that he's bringing you. And it just kind of, and then on top of that too, you get some influences, some video game influences and stuff like that, which, Little V is kind of known for covering video game songs and stuff like that. So I think that's like an awesome thing that kind of just, the two go together and they couple each other and just make everything just epic and awesome. And then on top of that, like, I just like Kenny Omega's vibe as a wrestler and as a person. He seems like the type of dude that like probably would like game it up with you for like several hours and probably whoop your ass because he's really good at it, but you'd still probably have a really good time and be like, oh man, that's cool, I got to play video games with Kenny Omega. But yeah, man, those are 5 songs that I think really kick ass in the modern day that for wrestling, man. And if you want to tell me about your favorite modern wrestling themes, man, you can hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at Blue Presents a Podcast, as well as you can hit me up on Twitter at Podcast of Blue. And hey man, let's talk about it. Tell me about your 5 modern wrestling themes, or maybe you feel like I should have probably had some other artists on here, but I mean, there's so many wrestling themes, and these are just the 5 that I really think stick out to me and probably like I really, really enjoy. So anyways, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Get at me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Presents a Podcast, on Twitter at Podcast of Blue. Hit me guys up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show, man. Have a good weekend.